It is important to perform a color consultation with your client for each visit because the client's expectations can change as well as their hair condition. It is important to recognize a client's individual style so that you can recommend the right hair color tone as well as which product to use. Take in consideration their profession, makeup, style of clothes, and current hairstyle. Be sure to have a face-to-face conversation to show that you are listening and to gain trust. Get to know your client and what they want by asking open-ended questions like, what do you currently like about your hair color? Or when was the last time you had your hair colored? Did you color your hair at home or in the salon? This is a good time to browse magazines with your client and show different tonalities. Be sure to use language that is easy to understand. And ask how often they are able to visit the salon for maintenance, as this can determine the type of product that you choose. During your consultation, be sure to touch your client's hair so you can determine the texture and porosity, as these physical characteristics can affect your color results. Now let's talk about our 4 basic rules. These rules will help you get to the perfect end result for your client. Rule number 1 is to determine the natural level and percentage of gray. Before you can select your color, determine your starting point by correctly identifying the natural level of your client's hair. Take a clean, dry subsection of hair and lift and bump. This will help you to see the natural level more clearly. Using the natural level finder, place it so that it matches the growth direction of the subsection. Always check in several areas, such as the crown, nape, and hairline. To determine the percentage of gray, use the gray swatches found on the natural level finder. Remember, if your client falls in between 2 levels, base your formulation on the darker level if you are lightening and the lighter level if you're depositing. Rule number 2, determine your desired level. It is important to talk to your client about their expectations. Keep in mind the 3 ways that permanent hair color can be used on virgin hair. You can lighten the natural hair, darken the natural hair, or match their natural level. Rule number 3. Determine the tone desired and recognize the natural underlying pigment. Select a shade to enhance, balance, or neutralize the natural underlying pigment. If a warm tone is used and the natural underlying pigment is warm, you will have a very warm result. If a neutral tone is used and the natural underlying pigment is warm, you will have a warm result. If a cool tonality is used and the natural underlying pigment is warm, you will create a neutral result. And if an extra cool tone is used and the natural underlying pigment is warm, you will have a cool end result. Rule number 4, determine the volume of matrix cream developer. In general, for every 10 volume of developer used, you will achieve up to 1 level of lift. For example, 10 volume will provide up to 1 level of lift, 20 volume will provide up to 2 levels of lift, 30 volume will provide up to 3 levels of lift, and 40 volume will provide up to 4. We recommend 20 volume developer for all gray coverage clients.